You can turn on ask the question.
What is the priority in serving others?
Yes. So we want to serve others, but first requirement is we have to have enough reservoir when we're trying to help others. So when religion says, help others, so we are preoccupied helping others, but we don't consider ourselves as priority. And when you are weak, how can you help? So it is not selfish to be strong, because you are becoming strong to help yourself so that you are available to help others. Okay. So this is the first priority. In the book says first we try to help others. The first one is help ourselves. Priority is nurture yourself and perform your duty. That's the first thing. So if you want to help someone, don't overextend yourself. Like you have to, your duty towards parents, towards children, you extend up to the level necessary. But sometimes we provide more than necessary, not because they need it, but because of our attachment. I should do much more for our children, not that they want it, but because of our attachment, for our ego we help. So nurture yourself. So if you take time off to help yourself, build your strength, it is not selfish. Okay. What is selfish or not selfish? Look at this way. Self is higher self, is capital self. That is our permanent self. We want to help. Selfish, they say don't be selfish. Selfish means all the coverings, like our body, our mind, our senses, our desires, those covering is the selfishness we have to give up. So selfless service means remove all those elements so you are only pure self. So this is selfless service. Serving others, you forget your limitations. You expand your consciousness. Serving others, when we expand our consciousness, then we don't suffer as much. When you shrink your consciousness, only think about yourself, like your body, your mind, that kind of lower self, then you shrink your consciousness, tension increases. So people who feel stress is in proportion to how much they are confining themselves and limiting themselves. Affirmation is, I am connected with everyone. Expand your consciousness. You can expand your consciousness when you serve and help others. All the diseases, many of the problems come from greed. Greed is selfishness. So if you hold on to anything, that greed will shrink your consciousness, and that would create many problems. For someone who provides service which is selfless, expands their consciousness, many of the problems will disappear. So many of the problems are psychosomatic because we hold on to the tension because of narrowness. If you become narrow, then somebody insulted you, somebody honored you, you gained something, you lost something, everything will affect you very deeply. But when you expand, all these things you can take lightly, so you won't be disturbed as much. We are all connected. So helping and serving others, we only help ourselves. So the spiritual law is more you give, more you receive. In material sense, you have $100, you give 10, you have only 90 left. It reduces. But in spiritual thing, more you give, more you receive. Because of Akashic record, even if you give and do something that nobody notices you did something good for others. It is recorded because your mind connects. And suppose you gave help, anonymous help to someone, and you don't recognize, nobody thanks you. But the person who receives the help, deep within, blesses that I thank person who did this for me. You are indirectly receiving that blessing. So this equation is different, that more you give, more you receive. Other way you look at it, anything you have, you hold on, then it decays. Like water that is stagnant decays and smells. But the water which is flowing, it remains fresh. So receiving and giving. So we become channel to receive and give. Then it remains pure. Spiritual teaching also should be given. So when you give spiritual teaching, actually it revives you. I teach and I get revived. I teach beginner at any level because it's just your intention is to serve. It helps you. So whenever we help someone, we are helping ourselves. And this is called purification. So selfless service is for purification, because how can we purify? Only by purifying our intellect, our intention. So with selfless service, it helps us purify so we can meditate better and find greater joy.